Hey everyone, Dam here. Today I want to talk about The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky. The Idiot is Dostoevsky's attempt at writing a positively good character. Prince Myshkin, the main character, returned to Russia after 4 years in a Swiss hospital due to epilepsy. He met Rogozin at the train, a his character that has got a lot of wealth, and then later met the Epanchin family, and then also met the girl Natasha. These are the characters who will become the main focus of the story, and the story itself will revolve around Prince Myshkin and this character's interaction and many others. It is a story that is mostly character driven. As with a lot of literature of the time, there is a lot of exposition, people blurting other people's background and history. There are so much characters and moving part of the story, but I think the characters that have the most focus are these 5 characters. 1. Prince Nikolaevich Myshkin, the idiot himself. A man with such a good in his heart. He has so much more wisdom and emotional intelligence compared to the other characters. He sees the good in them and can affect them somewhat, but only ever temporarily since they are incapable of change. And then Nastasia Filipovna Baraskova, the beautiful woman that will be broken by the circumstances she had and the people that surround her. She is barbed and bitter, but Myshkin sees her warmth and kindness, although it is held back by how much self-worth she is lacking, that she projects them into her bitterness. And then Rogozin, the man who got a fortune that I mentioned that he met in the train. He was not supposed to have yet, since he doesn't have the mental maturity to handle it. He's obsessed by Natasha, and he's an opposite of Myshkin in that he is incapable to see good in others. Myshkin managed to pull out the good in him, but he's so insecure that his responses always got back to anger. And then Aglaia Ivanovna is the character set as the opposite of Nastasia. Although she's good-natured in general, but she's very naive and she tends to put people in pedestal and got disappointed herself when these people didn't meet her expectation or imagination. The theme of the story reminds me a little of Nietzsche, but that might be because Nietzsche studies Dostoevsky. I think being absurd is actually alright sometimes, better than that in fact. It makes it easier to forgive one another and be properly humble. One can understand everything in a flash. After all, you can start off with perfection. To attain perfection, you have to start off by being ignorant of many things. If we understand things too quickly, we may not understand them properly. I am saying this to you. You have been capable of understanding so much already, and failing to understand. The book can be difficult at some moments because of how many characters in the story, and everyone has a full nickname and also a nickname. But if you keep reading, you'll eventually understand who's talking to who because of how well written everyone are. The prince himself is such a good character. He's inexperienced, as a lot of the other characters are, but he's the only one whose internal and external are very in sync. I think that's why he can see people for who they are even more than the person themselves. Why he can pull their goodness out of their shell. It is such a long book, but it set the tragic end so well. The tragic end that Myshkin was trying to prevent for so long for most of the story. But everyone else clumsily interprets his honest word and his awkwardness that his well-intentions are lost in their own translation of the situation. I enjoyed this book more than I thought I will, and I'm glad I got to finish it before New Year. That's about it.